Hey guys, today I'm going to answer all the questions you guys left me underneath the video when I was sick. Thank you for all the warm messages and comments and get well wishes, first of all. Second of all, I want to let you guys know that a lot of people ask me business questions. Enough to where I'm going to do an entirely separate video about the business questions because I want to make sure I have an adequate enough time to address everyone's question in a very thorough manner. I don't want to miss anything. And right now we are not in town. We are in Las Vegas for market week buying some stuff. So I just want to make sure I have enough time to get to that. So today we're just going to answer all the questions that were not business related. And like I said, we'll do a separate video for the business questions. I hope you guys enjoy these answers. They are very, very heartfelt and honest. And if you have anything to add to it, leave me a comment down below. She wants to know what the behind the scenes setup looks like. And right now Drew is filming on my iPhone, so the footage is going to be a little bit different. The camera that we use is a Canon 5D Mark III. It's a great camera. It's definitely professional grade camera. It's expensive, but if this is what you're going to do, then it's more than worth the investment because it takes great photos and excellent video. Lighting, we usually use this Diva light over here. She comes through. And then audio. So audio, we're using Sennheiser wireless mics. That's what I'm talking in right now. That's what this lapel, this lav is attached to my shirt. And these are professional grade microphones, but you don't have to start out with this if this is just something that you're doing. Editing software, so I use Final Cut Pro X, and it's a love-hate relationship with it. This is like pretty much our setup. We have some other equipment, but since we're like on the road right now, that sounds so official. Since we're on the road right now, this is our travel setup. So back at House of Hot offices, we have like a lot more equipment and like green screens and all that stuff. And somebody's phone is going off. Is that mine? I don't know. A lot of people ask me, why do I wear wigs and extensions, especially when I had my hair was still long. Well, my hair got damaged, and a lot of that comes from like when you're working on different sets out here, like these girls can attest to that. People they're just trying to get their job done. They have no interest in taking care of your hair or making sure your hair is, protected. They don't care, and you really can't blame them because they're not there to take care of your hair. They're there to get a job done for a director or producer. I just recently started going back to wigs. I usually would do like a full sew-in, but for whatever reason my hairstylist kind of just like bailed on me. I don't know what I did to him. Maybe you can ask him, but I just got tired of not having control of what my hair looked like, and waiting on somebody to do my hair. So I just decided to go back for wigs for that reason and to keep my hair protected. And I ended up cutting like 8 inches off my hair, which kind of was, I don't know, it was like a relief moment for me. I let that hair go, and then something happened, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I should give me a short wig. And then, I was going to Fashion Week, and I was like, well, we need to change it up and be somebody different for a little while. And then I kind of wanted to stay into somebody different. And so I ended up with this girl, and this is actually a Vivica Fox wig, believe it or not. Sometimes her stuff, I guess, are like hit or miss, but this one is human hair, and I like it. I've washed it a couple times, and the curl really didn't stay, so I had to kind of go back in and do my own spiral curls, but it wasn't that big a deal. Oh, this is a good question. This is from Naturally Sassy. I like that name, that's cute. What would you tell your 20-year-old self about working on your dreams? Oh my God, I think about this all the time. Okay. I just had a freak out moment. Okay, so what I would tell my 20-year-old self is everything that you've been through, it was so worth it. And that we will be strong enough to do it all over again if
it came down to that. And don't give up. Just keep going because it's worth it. Just be you, because being you is really good. And that's what I would tell my 20-year-old self. I'm sorry. Girl, you can't be sending me questions like that. Okay, I gotta get tissue. Hold on.
I got it.
Oh, thank you. Mess my dress up. Naturally sassy. We go psh, psh, psh. Thank you. Okay. This question gonna have to be first. Now my makeup all messed up, girl. This is Missy Pooh. My dad calls me Missy Pooh all the time. Do you think you will ever move back to Dallas? Well, I'm not a person that will say never, but would I want to ever move back to Dallas? No, absolutely not. If I could pick my family up and move them all to LA individually, I would probably never set foot back in Dallas, to be honest. I mean, I still have a love for Dallas, but I really love LA. I think I've always been an LA girl at heart. I'll always be a Southern girl at heart, but I love LA. I mean, who wouldn't love LA? The climate is ridiculous. Let's see, what made you leave Dallas and move to LA? From April Kennelly. Oh, hey, April. And how did I get started modeling? And any tips? Okay, well, I don't really model because I like to eat. Sometimes modeling comes with the job of, being an actor. Sometimes, you'll book a job to do some modeling, and it's usually like lifestyle stuff. I never really do like high fashion stuff. The only high fashion thing I've ever really done was with the BCBG thing, and that was something totally different. It was a chic muse thing. And what made me leave Dallas? Oh, guys, so many things made me leave Dallas. It was just, I don't know if you've ever had that moment in your life to where everything just seems to kind of just be pointing into a specific direction. Well, since I was a kid, I always wanted to live in LA, but I didn't always make, I won't say the smartest or wisest choices, but I didn't always make the politically correct or whatever choices in life. And so I ended up having my first son when I was 21. And at that point, my selfishness had to go out the window. It had to be about my child and making sure I gave him the best life possible. So I couldn't just, pack everything up and go to LA at that time, which I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that I was able to become more wise and to be a little bit more of a grown woman and experience that before coming to LA. Just because the choices that I've made so far for myself being here, I wouldn't have necessarily made them being younger because it's stuff that I wouldn't know. Has it been tough? Yes, because it costs so much more to live out here than it does in Dallas. But the opportunities here are so much greater than they were in Dallas. Like, there was a glass ceiling in Dallas, and I couldn't penetrate it, and I knew that. So that's a big reason why I moved here. That, and then honestly, my boys are biracial. And I know what I experienced growing up as a Black woman in Dallas, in the South. And although I had, an abundance of like white friends, people that I knew and grew up with, it didn't mean that I didn't experience racism. I experienced racism all the time, even being on, the news. Like, still get it. I didn't want my boys to have to deal with that. Not saying that moving to LA that would totally, get rid of it, but I felt like it leveled the playing field for them a lot more than them being in the South. Because where I lived, even in my neighborhood, like my oldest son was like the only Black kid in his class, like all the time. It was that way. So I didn't want him. I wanted a big mix of people because that's what real life is like. What tips do you have for wearing a sew-in? Girl, the only tip I have for wearing a sew-in, this is from Shatoya. Hey, Shatoya, we talk all the time. Find a great stylist that is capable of doing your sew-in, because that's the key to wearing a good sew-in is the stylist. It's in their hands. Don't let them destroy your hair. Would I ever consider doing, this is from Free Love 34. I know your channel is beauty and fashion, but would you ever consider doing an advice segment? Yeah, I actually do want to do like a whole separate channel all about advice and just like random stuff, because I really feel like that people are so fake. And I know some people that don't know me and that don't realize that I'm just a naturally weird person. They think that I'm like, being fake, but this is me. I've been this way all my life. Even in high school, people hated me because I was this way. And I went to a very ghetto all black high school. And, people always thought, oh, you're fake, or you want to be white. And it's just like, no, this is just who I am. It's the way I was, just me. But I would love to give advice, because when I give somebody advice, it's going to be real advice. I will throw myself up under a bus if it means I'm going to help you out in terms of helping you make the best decision. I've made some really wrong decisions in my life, but you deal with them and you just keep it moving. So yes, I would love to do that, and I plan on doing that. How long have you known you want to be in the fashion industry, and how long have you been doing this? It's not so much that I don't consider myself a part of the fashion industry. I just love fashion. I love to talk about it. I know what I like. I realize that the things that I like maybe aren't necessarily always trendy. Usually they are. But I've had a lot of missed moments in the past. It's just like growing and figuring out who you are and what looks best on you, and celebrating that through fashion. As far as what I'm doing now, this is, for me, the love of it is more of sharing with people, and then the technical aspect. I've always been a tech child all my life. That's why at the end of these videos it says, I'm a dork, because I really am. Which kind of makes me awkward too, because awkward in my own loving way. I love my awkwardness, because it's me and I'm unapologetic for it. I love fashion, but I can also, I could wire some speakers back together. I developed the House of Hot app myself, so I don't know. I love the technical aspect of it, and I love helping people, and I love clothes. So that's what all this is. Patricia Greenlee, how old am I? Well, since I've never fronted about my age, I am 34, and I will probably stay in my 30s for the rest of my life, even when I am biologically outside of my 30s, which I am not. I am really 34. I love my 30s. I got my real grown woman in my 30s, and so I'm not ashamed to say, yeah, I'm in my 30s. Do I style men? Not really. I do like far as like if I'm like in a relationship with a guy, love to go shopping for him. I love doing that. I do, but like money-wise, like work-wise, nah, I'm good. Have I ever seen Beyonce? Have you ever seen Beyonce? Who? Girl, with your little smiley face. I've seen Beyonce, yeah. Are you talking about like out here in Hollywood roaming around? No, I don't see Jay and Bay roaming around out here, or yeah, in LA. But yeah, I mean, I've seen her. I don't know Bay like that. I can't go up and be like, hey, Bay, what's up? No. Looking back on your own journey from Texas to LA, what advice would you give to a mother wanting to move to LA to pursue acting? This is from Classy and Chic. Hey, boo. We talk a lot too. So that I've kind of touched on this a little bit. I just think moving from Texas to LA, a lot of it was faith and being very prayerful and going with my instinct and my intuition. I'm not going to tell somebody to pack up their kids and move to LA, because it's not easy. Like I said, it can be very difficult. I will suggest that whatever source of income or financial help that you can get, you need to get all your ducats in a row, because you're going to need it. First and foremost, be prayerful about it. See what direction God tells you to go in, and listen with a keen ear. Try to remove yourself from it. Acting, oh God, that's such a loaded question. acting has to be in here. If you could be content standing under a little red tent set up in your backyard and acting your heart out, and that's what would make you happy, then you probably would be okay making it out here, because you can't come here thinking you're going to make it and be some big time celebrity, because you don't know. It could happen like the next day, or it could happen 10 years later. You know, I was very fortunate. Like I said, I guess I kind of didn't answer that other question. The first 6 months when I moved here, or moved to LA, I focused on my kids. After that, I knew that it was time to start to get the wheels going. And I just started meeting people, and I would talk to people, and just really focusing on cultivating genuine relationships with people, not looking for, oh, what can this person do for me, or who is this person, or who is that. That wasn't the thing. When you cultivate genuine relationships with people, and you genuinely want to just be positive energy for somebody else, that will come back to you, and they'll want to do the same for you. My son's basketball coach introduced me to his daughter's financial advisor, an attorney. And the attorney, I met with him because he knows a lot of people in the industry, and he was just like, you know, you're a good person. Let me see who I can connect you with. He connected me with a very high-profile manager, a manager that launched Julia Roberts' career. And these people didn't want anything from me. That manager took me on as a client, but really kind of as a mentor. And a manager's job really is to kind of help mold and shape your career and keep you from making bad choices, more so than like an agent. Agent really just focuses on getting you work. And this manager did that for a while, but I was so low on his totem pole. Like here's the pole. His clients are up here. There's no clients in between, and I'm like down here at that point, like starting at the very beginning. But he's the one that directed me in the right path of getting, like, you know, acting coaches and taking classes and stuff like that. And, you know, you got to be careful, because people will scam you. They'll take your money and say, oh, you got to use this person, and they're getting a cut off the back end. Well, he didn't give a damn who it was. He gave me a list of people that I should choose for, that people that he would recommend. He had no affiliation with these people. And one was Carolyn Berry, you know, God bless her soul. She's deceased now. And I linked up with her and took a bunch of classes. But one of the instructors in her group, Don Bloomfield, who's our beloved acting teacher. We love Don. He's a Meisner instructor. But before I even took his class, he coached me. My manager had him to coach me for this General Hospital audition, and it was the very first like big audition that I'd ever had in my life. And I almost booked that job, literally. So you go to the audition, and sometimes you go to a callback, and then after the callback, you may go to another callback, and then they'll put you on a veil. A veil means that they want you to keep your schedule basically open, because it's between you and another person, sometimes you and two other people. Usually it's you and one other person. I got put on a veil, and I almost booked this job. It was a 3-year contract for a General Hospital, and I ended up not booking it because I wasn't ethnic looking enough as the other girl. And to be honest, I mean, everything works out the way it should anyway. I'm really happy that the girl that did book that, I'm actually so happy that she booked it, because we were in an audition. I'll never forget. These other black girls in there, they were so mean. This girl, she wasn't really like that well kept up, and she had like some chipped fingernail polish and, you know, toe polish, and her hair wasn't like all that great, and her clothes weren't like really nice, but she was a really sweet person, and we talked. And so these other girls were like downing her and like laughing at her when she would get up, and when she walked out to go in an audition, and when she came back, she went to the restroom before she left, and they were just like talking about her. And I just like, my heart just kind of like broke, because I'm like looking at this girl, I'm like, clearly if she showed up at this audition like this is the best that she can do right now. And apparently she went in that damn room and killed it, because she got that 3-year contract. And I think I was probably happier for her than, I don't know if her, but like I was happier for her than like her mom, because I felt that happiness for her. I was really excited for her, because I was like, what better way to say screw you, you trifling, jealous bitches. How's my weight maintenance going? Sigh. Well, I came out here and I did it. I lost like 32 pounds, I think, total. I gained probably half the weight back, which I'm okay with. I need to lose a little bit just because it's like in the wrong places. But my weight's good right now. I'm not too worried about it. It's going good. I think it's really just maintaining a healthy lifestyle and like eating properly, because I hadn't worked out in a year at my gym. And I was doing like, 3 dance classes a week, sometimes 4, and on a good week, 5. And that's what was really keeping me like, But I haven't really been able to do that because my schedule is so crazy. So I think if you just manage what you're eating, that's more than half the battle. In fact, it's like 80% of the battle. Oh, the meet and greet. Somebody asked me about the meet and greet. So I'm definitely going to do the meet and greet. I may do like one. I'm going to probably do one this summer because I think that seems to work with everybody's schedule. You can plan better. And then also I'm going to do like a pop-up shop / meet and greet for the House of Hot boutique store. Which is actually while we're in Vegas right now. We're here for Market Week, finding some really cool things for the store. KCJ said, I really like your Black Girl in Hollywood segment where I gave a little bit about the business. She said those aren't her aspirations, but she found them very interesting. So with that said, I do plan on continuing that segment. We just haven't gotten around to it to talk more about, life here in Hollywood, especially as a Black girl. Although it's talking about brown girls, I think it can apply to most girls anyway. But particularly for us, we have some really unique struggles sometimes. So we'll go back to addressing those. All right, K-Sierra. You submitted 20 questions, girl. I can't answer all 20 of these. Do I cook often? I try to. I don't get a chance to cook as much as I'd like because it's just, me and like a little person, so I can't, I come from a traditional Southern Black family, and I don't know how to cook small amounts. When I cook, you can guarantee 10 other people can eat comfortably and a lot. So I love to cook though. Answer one more of your questions. Where am I from? I'm from Dallas, Texas. I was born and raised there, and I've been in LA 4 years, just about. Who was your favorite designer at New York Fashion Week and why? Well, I'm just going to say that right off the top, I'm being super biased. I went specifically for the BCBG and Hervé Leger show. I used to go to Fashion Week and see, like 10, 15, 16, 17 different shows, if not more. But that's a job in itself, and it becomes really stressful. And it's like, what is this investment of my time going to do for me? Is it going to make me happy seeing the clothes? Some of them, yeah. Some shows I'm just like, whatever. So BCBG, who also owns Hervé Leger, I have an incredible relationship with that company, and I love them to pieces, inside and out. Just for one, the way the company is run, the owners, Max and Luba Azria, they're just two amazing people. I love the way they run their company, the way they adore the people that work for them and work with them. I've just never seen anything like that before. I did run into Pure Cosmetics, side note. I got to hang out with them a couple months ago, and I noticed they run their company very similar, but it's cosmetics. BCBG definitely and Hervé Leger were my favorite designers in New York Fashion Week. They will forever be because it's a biased answer. What I'm going to do is, any siblings? Yeah, I have siblings. If you can't tell, I'm the baby. I have 3 older siblings. I have 2 brothers and a sister, and I am proud to say that I was an accident. Best accident of earth. Yeah, no, it's an accident. What is your nationality? Well, I'm just Black. My parents both have, stuff in them, but honestly, I'm just good old Black girl. Yeah, my mom's you know, she's got like the French and black. I don't mean Creole. Like her family comes from like France or whatever and stuff. So you know, there's a bunch of. I'm a mutt, proud black mutt, whatever. What is your skincare routine and updated healthy lifestyle routine? Girl, skincare, that's a whole nother video by itself. I've gone skincare crazy. In fact, I will make a separate video about that. It's probably going to be my addiction video. It's going to be one of those, you know, what do you call it? The intervention. Yeah. An intervention. An intervention video. Can you tell us about your blue eyes? Are they contacts? Did you have eye color change surgery done? If they are contacts, can you share the brand? Y'all are too much. Malika, hey girl. Okay, my contacts. Yes, I wear contacts. I'm blind as a bat. Are not blue. They are green. I used to not wear this shade of green. I wore just regularly different contacts, and this company, Desio Lens, is anyway, I don't know if I can talk about all that. Anyway, they're Desio Lens, and it's an Italian contact lens maker, and I tried them to see if I liked them, and they are very comfortable. I have used every American brand of contacts, and Desio Lens has the most comfortable contact lens that I've ever used, and they last for 3 months, so you don't spend as much. They're a little bit more expensive, but you're not, at the end of the day, like for a year's supply, you're not spending nearly as much as you would for these American brands. And the American brands, like, you know, you just want to pull your eyeballs out sometimes. Some are very comfortable, but these, because I have astigmatism, so that's the other thing, I need a toric lens. So I'm blind and my eyeballs jump around. It's bad shape. Yeah, so I have not had the eye color change surgery or whatever. I want my eyes LASIK to be corrected. Not the color change. I don't really care about that. I just want to be able to see without sticking something in my eyeballs or wearing glasses, because I hate glasses. You probably won't ever see me in my glasses. I don't like them. I hope that I answered all of your questions. This was a lot of fun. Now you know a little bit more about me. We will try and do this again in the near future. If this is your first time joining us, I hope you don't think that I'm too crazy. I'm a little crazy and weird. And hopefully you'll want to hang out with us more often and click the subscribe button. If you like this video, you like my crazy answers, be sure to hit the like button. And if you have any more suggestions or whatever, leave that in the comment section below. Let me know if you liked this video or if you didn't, or if I missed a question. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys next time. I love you.